dear friend to a quiet moment, a tranquil pause as your day settles softly into night. Find your most comfortable place, allowing your body to sink gently, deeply into its rest. Close your eyes if you wish, or let your gaze soften as you feel the quiet rhythm of your breath. In and out, a peaceful, steady flow, inviting calm into every part of you. There's nothing to do now, nowhere to be, but here, listening, simply letting the world quiet around you just for a little while. Tonight, we step into a space touched by time, a sanctuary suspended between worlds, high above the sleeping city. Imagine a moonlit attic, not dusty or forgotten, but preserved with a gentle, almost reverent care. This isn't a battlefield, but a chamber of quiet contemplation. A tall, arched window glows faintly, painted by the diffused radiance of a distant city skyline, a mosaic of soft, scattered lights. The city below hums a lullaby, a soft, almost inaudible whisper of life far away, as the cool evening air presses gently against the glass, offering a sense of sheltered peace. Gentle rain in background, and there, at the heart of this tranquil chamber, stands a silent testament to a journey through time. A familiar circular shape, gleaming softly in the pale moonlight. Captain America's vibranium shield, not held aloft in battle, but resting peacefully on a simple, dark stand. Its iconic red, white, and blue hues are muted by the night, softened to pastels. Yet its presence is profound, a quiet echo of enduring courage. Nearby, a uniform, carefully folded with precision, sits on a sturdy wooden chest, its colors also softened by shadow. This isn't a place of urgency, but a quiet reflection of a man who woke to a world that had raced ahead, leaving him to find his footing in a future not his own, a space holding the unseen echoes of a hero. Out of time, the soft glow from the city outside filters through a tall, arched window, painting long, gentle stripes across the polished, dark wood floor of what might be a personal study, or a quiet retreat within a larger, still headquarters. Here, the usual hum of activity is absent. Only stillness remains, a gentle hush that seems to guard memories and silent histories. On a sturdy, old-fashioned wooden desk, a worn leather-bound journal lies open, its pages filled with elegant, faded script, perhaps notes from another time. Beside it, a sleek, modern data pad glows faintly with a scrolling display of current events, a quiet juxtaposition of eras, each whispering its own tale, neither demanding immediate attention. This isn't a place of urgency or impending mission briefs. It's a sanctuary of quiet thought, a space where the past softly brushes against the future. The very air seems to hold a gentle weight, not of sorrow, but of vast, untold time, stretching out like the calm city skyline beyond the glass. Perhaps a hero often sits here, gazing out at the tranquil urban tapestry, contemplating the passage of decades he wasn't there to witness. The distant city, lights twinkle below, serene and slow, a silent testament to a world that moved on, and a man who is forever catching up in his own peaceful, reflective way. A dark blue uniform, neatly folded, rests on a nearby armchair, its fabric soft and still. Its iconic shield, lean and polished, stands propped against the wall beside it, not ready for battle, but simply resting. A silent sentinel, reflecting the soft, ambient light from the room and the moon beyond. This quiet corner, with its blend of old and new, whispers of a unique kind of displacement. Not a loud, jarring trauma, but a silent, pervasive hum of difference felt deeply by a soul who carries the weight of a century within him. Now, finding solace in these quiet moments, bridging the worlds, and so we drift into a space where those worlds gently meet. Imagine a quiet observation lounge, high above the sleeping city. The panoramic windows, usually a beacon for watchfulness, now reflect only the soft glow of distant streetlights, blurring into faint streams of light. Here, Captain America might sit, not in uniform, but perhaps in simple, comfortable clothes, a quiet silhouette against the vast urban tapestry. Soft hum of city sounds, distant cars. He might trace the rim of a simple, sturdy mug, filled with a calming, warm beverage, the steam rising in lazy curls. Beside him, on a polished, unassuming table, rests a single, old compass. Its brass casing is dulled with age, its needle still pointing north, a steadfast constant in a world that has shifted so dramatically around him. It's an echo of another time, another purpose, now a silent companion in his quiet reflections. The room itself is serene, almost Spartan, designed for focus rather than opulence. There are no flashing screens or urgent alerts here, only the soft, ambient light from a single, indirect lamp. The gentle shadows play across a neatly folded, familiar-looking shield, propped against a wall, its vibrant colors muted by the soft light, a symbol of service at rest. This is a place where the weight of duty is set aside, where a man can simply be, allowing the centuries to settle like dust, slowly, peacefully, beyond the quiet corner where the shield rests. A large window frames the city outside. Not the city he knew, with cobblestone streets and flickering gas lamps, but a sprawling tapestry of soft, electric light. Each gentle glow is a beacon of a century he didn't live. 1,000 tiny stories unfolding beneath him, completely different from the ones he remembered. He sometimes stands here, a silent silhouette against the vast, shifting canvas of the night. The city hums below, a low, constant murmur, like a distant ocean tide. It's a sound that holds no threat, only the quiet rhythm of a world that moved on without him, a world he now navigates with a quiet grace. Imagine the quiet wonder, the subtle ache of witnessing such change. The way the cars glide by, silent and swift, unlike the rumbling engines of his youth. The towering structures, that reach for the moon, monuments to progress he only read about in history books. Yet, in this moment, there is no rush, no urgency, just the vast, glittering expanse, reflecting a quiet peace back into the room. The air here is still, carrying only the faintest scent of clean, cool night. His presence in this room, watching the modern world unfold, is a profound stillness. A hero out of time, yes, but more deeply. A man out of sync with the relentless march of moments, finding his own slow, steady rhythm in the gentle glow of a new era. Each light, a soft whisper of time passing, of healing, of finding a quiet place within the grand, unseen trauma of a life lived twice. And so, his rhythm, once a drumbeat of battle, now settled into the soft hum of the city beyond his window. He wasn't always on a rooftop, nor always in the thick of things. Sometimes, the quietest victories were found in simply existing, in observing the world as it continued its gentle spin. From his perch, in a room bathed in the muted glow of distant streetlights, he would watch the patterns of traffic, the blinking aircraft high above, each a tiny beacon in the vast tapestry of the night. His uniform, carefully folded, might rest on a nearby chair, the iconic shield leaning silently against the wall, a watchful, patient sentinel. These were not tools of immediate conflict, but symbols of a life lived, now quietly at ease. The glint of moonlight on its polished surface wasn't a call to action, but a soft, reflective echo of history, a quiet companion in the stillness. He might sit by the window, a warm, simple mug in his hands, feeling the gentle warmth seep into his fingers as he gazed out. The world outside, a vibrant canvas of silent motion, unfolded before him without demand. It was in these moments, these quiet, unburdened pauses, that the unseen weight of his journey began to subtly reshape itself. Not erased, but softened, like ancient stone worn smooth by a tireless river. No longer a relic frozen in ice, but a living presence moving with a quiet grace through the currents of a world that had forgotten how to rush. He learned to appreciate the new quiet, the unpressured moments, the gentle flow of time that had once been denied to him. Each moment a breath, each breath a step further into this peaceful present, away from the ghost of a past that only he truly carried, now simply held, not haunted. The quiet strength that had carried him through so much now settled into the very air around him. A calm presence that seemed to absorb the softest sounds. The gentle glow of the distant city outside painted long, serene shadows across a nearby desk. This was not a battle-worn command center, but a space thoughtfully arranged for quiet reflection, a personal corner in a larger, bustling world. On its polished surface, a worn compass, its needle now perfectly still, rested beside a sleek, modern data pad, its screen dark and peaceful. These small objects, side by side, whispered stories of different eras, different purposes. Yet now they shared the same still moment, bound by the gentle light. Each an artifact, not of conflict, but of enduring presence. The far-off hum of distant traffic was a soft, continuous lullaby, not a warning siren. It spoke of a world that continued its vibrant, waking life, while this particular corner held a profound, serene stillness. A small, carefully folded flag, its colors muted by the moon's embrace, lay nearby, a silent testament to commitments kept, to an era that had passed into history. But these echoes of the past were soft now, like distant chimes carried on a breeze, not clamorous bells demanding attention. He was a man who had traversed the deepest currents of time. Yet here, in this quiet, moonlit room, time itself felt like a gentle, unhurried river. It flowed past, slowly carrying away the sharpest edges of memory, leaving only the smooth, comforting stones of experience. You could almost feel the weight of countless quiet nights, the unshared thoughts, settling into the very fabric of the room, a profound calm born of quiet resilience. This was his sanctuary, a space where the past and present met in peaceful coexistence, unseen by the wider world, yet deeply felt in the quiet of the heart, allowing for a deep, peaceful breath in this quiet haven. A soft, almost imperceptible hum of ventilation is the only sound, a gentle reminder of the modern world outside that Steve has come to inhabit. Your gaze might drift to a neatly folded uniform, perhaps a classic design, resting on a nearby table, its colors muted by the soft, ambient light. It's not worn for battle now, but rather a testament to a legacy, a symbol of service that spans generations. Beside it, a stack of old, worn photographs, black and white, perhaps showing faces that are now only memories. They are placed with care, not in a way that demands attention, but rather as quiet companions in this solitary space. The city outside, a tapestry of gentle, shimmering lights, beckons through a large window. It's a city he saved, a city he now watches over, but it's vastly different from the one he knew. The quiet glow of its skyscrapers stands in stark contrast to the grainy images of a bygone era. There's a silent conversation happening here between the past held in the photographs and the present reflected in the city's glow. This subtle interplay speaks volumes about the journey he has walked, the centuries he has bridged. This isn't a place of sorrow, but one of profound stillness, a place where the echoes of time reside not as a burden, but as a quiet, interwoven part of his being. The weight of what was and the wonder of what is merge into a peaceful acceptance, like the gentle ebb and flow of a tide. The city lights outside twinkle, a lullaby of silent promise, as if whispering that even the greatest shifts in time can find their own calm rhythm. Here in this watchful solitude, the quiet rhythm of the city outside continues its gentle hum, a distant, soothing sound that fills the silence without breaking it. You notice the cool, soft air that drifts in through a barely open window, carrying with it the faint, clean scent of the urban night. It's a breath that feels like a quiet sigh, a soft acknowledgement of the hours passing, slowly and without urgency. Inside, the room remains in its peaceful, shadowed embrace. Your gaze drifts across a simple, polished wooden desk, cleared of all but a few essential items. A small, unlit lamp with a frosted glass shade stands sentinel, its purpose for reading or quiet work now suspended in the late hour. Beside it, a single, smooth, sea-worn stone, perhaps a memento from a forgotten mission, or a gift from a friend, catches a sliver of moonlight, its surface cool and silent, holding untold stories within its polished curve. A little further on the desk, partially obscured by shadow, lies a folded, aged map. Not of this city, but of places long past, perhaps from a time when the world was both simpler and infinitely more complex. The delicate lines and faded names speak of journeys taken, of paths forged, and memories etched into the very fabric of its paper. It's a quiet testament to a life lived across different eras, a gentle reminder of the vast expanse of time that has flowed and shifted, leaving behind these silent, enduring tokens. There's a sense of waiting here, not for something urgent, but for the slow, comforting embrace of dawn. The silence is not empty, but filled with the unhurried presence of time itself, folding around this quiet space. It's a place where memories might gently surface and then recede like quiet waves on a tranquil shore. You can almost feel the smooth, cool texture of the stone and the delicate, dry touch of the old map, small, tangible anchors in the vastness of moments. Here, in this watchful solitude, the old map lies still, a quiet whisper of forgotten paths and distant memories, its delicate paper a testament to journeys long past. Beside it, on the same smooth, cool surface, rests a familiar circular form, not poised for battle, nor gleaming under harsh light, but settled with a soft, almost hushed presence. It's the shield, of course, a disk of vibranium and history, its vibrant colors muted by the gentle, ambient glow of the room. Its star, a quiet symbol of hope, seems to exhale rather than shine, a silent testament to countless days and nights. You observe the subtle sheen on its surface, not a polished gleam, but a worn softness that speaks of quiet strength rather than active conflict. Imagine the cool, smooth touch of it, the almost imperceptible weight of its legend. It's not a burden, but a constant companion, a silent witness to a life lived across decades, a man who carried not just a weapon, but an entire era, a set of values, and a profound sense of duty into a world utterly transformed. The shield here at rest tells a story of identity held close, a profound sense of being a man out of time, yet still rooted in his purpose. The room itself remains in this peaceful stasis, a sanctuary where these artifacts of a different time can simply be. A soft, almost imperceptible breeze might stir the air, carrying no urgency, only the quiet breath of the city outside, a distant, gentle hum, a lullaby to the vigilant. The shield, like the map, is an anchor, solid and unwavering, inviting a soft contemplation of the quiet heroism found not in grand gestures, but in enduring presence and the silent weight of a past always felt. The sturdy table where the map lies itself speaks of quiet purpose. Its surface, perhaps cool and smooth beneath your imaginary touch, holds other quiet treasures. Nearby, leaned against the wall with respectful stillness, rests a familiar shield, not gleaming under harsh spotlights, but soft, almost muted in the ambient glow, its polished surface reflecting only the gentle, distant city lights that stream through a tall, uncurtained window. Soft, distant city hum, barely perceptible. This isn't a shield poised for battle, but one at rest, its vibrant colors softened by the quiet shadows, telling a story not of conflict, but of peace sought and peace held. Its central star, a quiet beacon, reminds of ideals that transcend time, even for a man who has traversed so much of it. You might notice the subtle curves, the familiar shape, now simply a presence, a quiet guardian in a room made for reflection, not action. The air here feels calm, still, holding secrets in its gentle embrace. Beyond the shield, through the large window, the city stretches out, a vast, hushed tapestry of muted light. Each tiny gleam is a silent narrative, a quiet world unfolding beneath the vast, watchful night sky. No sirens wail, no urgency pierces the calm. Just the soft, steady pulse of a city dreaming. And as you gaze at the quiet shield, then out at the soft glow of the city, you feel the gentle echo of a profound silence, a quiet strength that doesn't need to shout to be understood. This stillness, this quiet reflection, is another facet of the trauma nobody saw, the peaceful burden of one who has seen too much, and now simply rests, watching the world quietly continue, finding solace in the quiet unfolding of time. The quiet unfolding of time. It's a gentle current, carrying the present moment forward, minute by minute, star by star. In a softly lit corner of a silent, almost forgotten command room, a familiar figure might sit, observing the slow dance of city lights far below. This isn't a room of urgent planning or strategic maneuvers anymore. It's a sanctuary of soft glows and hushed reflections. Perhaps a large, holographic display shimmers faintly in the center, not projecting battlefields or threats, but a serene, slow-moving image of the earth from above. Gentle cloud formations drift across continents, painted in soft blues and whites. Here, the weight of a different era, a different world, settles into a quiet peace. The vastness of the world, observed through this tranquil lens, becomes a source of calm. A polished, familiar shield leaning against a nearby console catches the ambient light. Its vibrant colors, softened by the stillness, a silent testament to battles long past, to a time of unwavering resolve. It's not ready for action, it simply rests, an emblem of a hero who now finds his strength not in combat, but in quiet endurance, in the steady pulse of a world he once saved, and now simply watches. The faint hum of distant city life, a whisper of countless stories unfolding, creates a low, comforting drone. It's a lullaby of progress, of humanity continuing its journey, oblivious to the silent vigil kept by one who stepped through time. This quiet observation, this peaceful witnessing of everyday existence, is a balm. It's the gentle turning of a page in a very long book, a moment of profound, unseen tranquility for a soul that has carried so much, so far. The trauma nobody saw, gently dissolving into the soft glow of a world at peace. One quiet night at a time, the soft light of the lamp continues its gentle embrace, a silent witness to the quiet moment of reflection. From the comfortable armchair, the scene gently shifts, as if the very air itself invites a slow, unhurried movement. Past a quiet archway, a wide, open space unfolds, not bustling with activity, but steeped in an even deeper stillness. This is a central command room, perhaps, or communal space within a hidden sanctuary, usually vibrant with strategy and friendly banter, but now completely at peace. It feels as though time itself has slowed here, allowing every shadow to lengthen, every quiet thought to settle. Moonlight filters softly through panoramic windows, casting long, calm shadows across an empty, circular table at its center. The surface of the table, usually covered with holographic projections or urgent tactical maps, now simply reflects the distant gleam of the city lights below, a shimmering tapestry of quiet life. Around the table, ergonomic chairs are neatly tucked in, waiting patiently for a new day, their modern forms softened by the dim light. There is no urgency here, no ringing alarms to pierce the night, no hurried footsteps echoing on the polished floor. Just the profound silence of a world at rest. Off to one side, a large display screen flickers with a low, ambient glow, not showing urgent data streams or live feeds, but perhaps a slow, scrolling archive of historical events, a quiet chronicle of time long past. It's a subtle reminder of how much the world has changed, how many moments have flowed by since a certain hero first awoke in a different era. This room, usually a hub of decision-making and preparedness, now echoes the vastness of his own journey, the many unshared thoughts and adjustments made in the quiet hours. The trauma nobody saw continues its silent, gentle presence, held within the very walls of this tranquil, waiting space. As the city breathes softly outside, the quiet hum of forgotten mechanisms softly fills the air, a gentle reminder of ingenuity from another time. Here, in this tranquil space, the spirit of past eras converges with the soft glow of the present city lights filtering through a tall window. It is a place of quiet contemplation, where the weight of worlds both lost and found can settle without urgency. On a smooth, polished workbench, among neatly arranged tools that seem to belong to an earlier age, rests a small, weathered compass. Its brass casing gleams faintly under the subdued ambient light, its needle patiently pointing north, as if steadfastly holding onto a fixed direction in a world that constantly shifts beneath it. Beside it, a rolled-up scroll, perhaps an ancient map or a detailed schematic, lies untied, its edges softened by time. These are not relics of battle, but whispers of journeys taken, of paths chosen, and of the quiet dedication required to chart a course through the unknown. The air itself seems to hold a memory, a subtle blend of old paper and clean, cool metal. It is the lingering presence of countless hours spent here, not in confrontation, but in thoughtful pursuit, piecing together fragments of a life lived across decades. The trauma nobody saw is not a wound that bleeds, but a silent echo, gently resonating through the objects and the very atmosphere of this room. It's the quiet understanding that some parts of a journey are walked alone, in reflection, long after the crowds have dispersed and the cheers have faded. The city outside continues its distant, rhythmic sigh, a steady counterpoint to the stillness held within these walls. As the soft light settles over everything, inviting a gentle calm, the soft light, which had settled like a comforting blanket, now seemed to draw itself inward, pooling around a particular corner of the quiet lab. Here, a sturdy, unassuming wooden desk stood, not cluttered with the tools of invention, but with a few carefully placed items. It wasn't a place of frantic work, but rather one of quiet contemplation, a space where the past might gently brush against the present. Upon its smooth, dark surface, the moonlight from a nearby window cast long, gentle shadows. There was a small, well-worn, leather-bound journal, its pages untouched for perhaps many days, but its cover soft from countless hours held in thought. Beside it, a simple, old-fashioned compass lay open, its needle pointing steadily north, a silent sentinel in the still air. It was a compass from another era, its brass casing dulled by time and handling, its glass face unscratched despite its journey through decades. This compass, unassuming in its function, seemed to hold more than just direction. It whispered of distant fields, of journeys taken long ago, of a world that existed before this quiet lab, before these city lights. It spoke of a time when its owner knew exactly where he belonged, when his purpose was clear, etched into every ticking second. Now, it rested, a silent reminder of a past that could never truly return. The weight of those unseen moments, the quiet strength it took to navigate a changed world, seemed to emanate softly from these objects. No dramatic struggle, no loud lament, just the steady, unwavering presence of a man who carried a different kind of history within him. The soft glow touched the compass, the journal, and the worn wood of the desk, deepening the sense of peace that filled the room. The city outside continued its gentle hum, a world moving on, while inside time flowed in its own quiet current, slow and deep, inviting a restful calm. The quiet hum of the city outside remained, a constant, gentle lullaby against the soft stillness within. You might notice now a subtle shift in the moonlight, perhaps tracing the faint outline of a window pane, where the soft, distant glow of the Metropolis paints a tranquil scene. It's not a view of rush or urgency, but of countless tiny lights, each a quiet story, steadily burning through the night. Very soft city hum, almost subliminal, this quiet observance from a window looking out onto a world that has spun forward, holds a unique kind of peace. It's a peace born of quiet contemplation, a stillness that embraces the vastness of change without fear or haste. The unseen trauma isn't a sharp pain, but a gentle, persistent whisper of time's passage, echoing in the quiet spaces of the heart. It's the soft realization that some memories are etched in a landscape that no longer exists. And yet, the essence of those memories, like the enduring spirit of a hero, finds its way forward. The glass of the window, cool to the touch if you were to reach out, separates the two worlds, the vibrant, ever-changing cityscape, and the serene, unchanging core of quiet strength within. But it's not a barrier. Rather, it's a filter, softening the edges of reality, making the distant city lights shimmer like scattered jewels. Each light, a tiny beacon, contributes to the overarching tapestry of night, reminding one of the enduring presence, the steadfast watch, even when the world is moving on without a glance back. This gentle scene allows the mind to drift, held safe in the embrace of the quiet, knowing that time, in its own way, always brings a deeper calm as the city breathes its soft, nocturnal rhythm. We follow a quiet thought to a space often missed by the hurried world. It's a hushed, contemplative room deep within a facility that otherwise hums with future technologies. This isn't a museum for the public eye, but a specialized archive, almost a sanctuary for the echoes of a particular past. Here, soft, indirect lighting illuminates display cases, each holding a fragment of history that speaks volumes without a sound. Perhaps you glimpse a faded, sepia-toned photograph of a bustling street corner from decades ago, its vibrant life now stilled into a quiet image. The faces in the photograph, though smiling, carry a distant, almost forgotten joy. Next to it, a carefully preserved, worn military jacket, its heavy wool fabric still holding the ghost of resilience and countless stories. You can almost feel the texture of the old cloth, a silent echo of journeys taken and battles endured, but now at rest. Further along, under a soft, diffused glow, rests a small, unassuming compass. Its brass casing is tarnished with time, yet its needle remains perpetually pointing north, a steadfast symbol amidst a world that spins ever faster. Each item is meticulously arranged, not in a grand display of triumph, but with a quiet reverence for the passage of moments and the weight of what once was. For our hero, these aren't just relics for others to study. They are whispers of a different lifetime, tangible anchors to a reality that only he fully remembers. The very air in this room feels heavy with the quiet weight of memory, a gentle, almost melancholic hum that only the most attuned heart might sense. It's the silent testament to the vast gulf of time he crossed, a space where the trauma isn't loud or dramatic, but a deep, unvoiced understanding of all that was and all that is now. The soft glow on these objects paints a scene of quiet wonder, a gentle reminder that some stories are felt most profoundly in stillness, in the quiet contemplation of what remains. The quiet wonder continues, a gentle reminder that some stories are felt most profoundly in stillness, in the quiet contemplation of what remains. Here, in the soft twilight of a quiet command center, the air itself seems to hold a memory. Monitors hum with a low, almost imperceptible thrum, casting a faint, cool glow across empty chairs, arranged neatly around a polished central table. These aren't the flickering, urgent displays of wartime, but calm, static readouts of global weather patterns, or perhaps star charts, silent and vast. Through the large, reinforced windows, the city lights below twinkle like scattered diamonds, a gentle, sprawling tapestry of a world that continued to grow and evolve. It's a landscape both familiar and utterly new, a quiet testament to the decades that passed while he slept. The very silence of this room speaks volumes, telling tales of quiet victories, of watchful nights spent safeguarding a future he barely knew. Perhaps his gaze, calm and steady, rests upon a faded map tacked to a distant wall, its lines tracing old borders, reminders of a different time. Or maybe it's the quiet glint of his shield, propped unobtrusively in a corner, its star emblem catching the ambient light, a symbol of unwavering purpose now at rest. The weight of all that history, all that change, settles not as a burden, but as a deep, soft understanding. It's the peace of knowing you played your part, and now, in this quiet expanse of time, you simply observe, finding comfort in the quiet pulse of the modern world. The solitude here isn't lonely, but a profound space for reflection, where the past and present merge into a gentle, flowing stream of time from his quiet vantage point, high above the sleeping Metropolis, Captain America watches the city breathe. The soft, diffuse glow of 1,000 distant windows paints the night sky in gentle hues of amber and silver. Each tiny light is a silent story, a life lived in a world so different from the one he left behind. The city hums below, a low, steady thrum that's become a comforting lullaby. It's a sound he never knew in his own time, a symphony of progress he's learned to listen to rather than fight against. He sees the familiar patterns of streetlights stretching into the horizon, like luminous veins carrying life through the sleeping giant. Sometimes a lone car traces a path, its headlights cutting brief, bright arcs through the darkness, only to disappear into the quiet flow. This modern world, with all its dazzling complexity, unfolds before him, serene and still under the watchful moon. His gaze often drifts to the older buildings, nestled among the gleaming towers, their shadowed forms hinting at histories he remembers firsthand. They are anchors in a sea of change, silent witnesses to decades he missed, centuries he now inhabits. He doesn't seek to change it, or even to fully understand it, not tonight. Tonight is for simply being present, for letting the quiet majesty of this new era wash over him. A faint breeze stirs, carrying the scent of distant rain and clean city air, a subtle reminder of the vast world beneath him. He stands, a silent sentinel, not guarding against threats, but simply observing, allowing the gentle currents of time to flow around him. The city lights twinkle, each a soft spark in the vast canvas of his quiet reflection, an acknowledgement of the journey from one century to another, carried by the silent, unseen weight of memory. The peace here is profound, a blanket of calm, woven from the passage of time. The quiet hum of the building itself seems to carry these echoes, a low, steady thrum beneath the peace. Here, in a corner of what might once have been a bustling command center, now softened by disuse and gentle moonlight, the weight of years settles like dust on unseen surfaces. A large, circular table, usually a hub of strategic discussion, now sits empty, its polished surface reflecting the faint glow from the city outside. Each chair, pushed neatly beneath, waits patiently as if for a meeting that ended long ago or has yet to begin, centuries apart. On a nearby shelf, carefully arranged, are a few personal effects, not weapons nor urgent tools, but quiet mementos. Perhaps a worn leather-bound journal, its pages filled with observations from a different era, a different world. Beside it, a single, unfurled American flag, folded not in haste, but with the reverence of history, its stars and stripes softened by shadow. These are the silent witnesses to a life lived across an impossible chasm of time. The air itself seems to shimmer with the stories held within these objects. Stories of courage, of loss, of an unwavering spirit navigating unfamiliar currents. There's no rush here, no demand for action, only the gentle presence of enduring legacy. You can almost feel the quiet strength that resides in such stillness, a strength born not from conflict, but from the quiet resilience of a soul that has seen so much, yet remains steadfast. The city lights outside continue their soft dance, indifferent to the quiet history unfolding within these walls, offering only their steady, comforting glow. The city lights outside continue their soft dance, indifferent to the quiet history unfolding within these walls, offering only their steady, comforting glow. And as those soft lights shimmer and blur, reflecting in the glass of a quiet window, a profound sense of peace settles over this space. The story of a man out of time, a symbol of enduring spirit, gently recedes, leaving behind only a whisper of comfort. Imagine the quiet room, now bathed only in the distant city's soft, diffused light. Perhaps a single, familiar shield rests on a stand, its star gleaming faintly, a silent testament to countless mornings and patient evenings. Or perhaps it's just the empty armchair, softened by shadows, waiting for a presence that is always ready, always watchful, yet also always at peace when the day's work is done. The air itself seems to hum with a gentle tranquility, a quiet echo of resilience. The unseen burdens, the untold stories, they are not forgotten, but rather held in a tender, timeless stillness. It is the peace of knowing that even the greatest strength can find rest, that even the most enduring spirit can find quietude. Allow these gentle images to soften the edges of your own thoughts. Feel the quiet stability, the steadfast calm that permeates this imagined space. The city hums its lullaby outside, a constant, soothing backdrop. Here, within the sanctuary of imagination, all urgency dissipates. Your own journey through the day has come to its close. Just as the hero finds his moments of quiet, of stillness, so too can you. Let your breath deepen, slow and smooth. Allow your body to release any lingering tension, settling deeper into your comfortable space. The unseen stories of your own day can now softly fade like distant echoes. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to be. Just this moment, this quiet, and the gentle invitation to drift. The steadfast spirit of the hero, the soft glow of the city, the silent promise of a new day. All gently guide you now into a deep, restorative sleep. Rest now peacefully.